Julio should do the intro.
Julio, do the intro.
It's very simple. Welcome, my name is Stupid. My name is Julio Guzman, and I'm here to seduce you and your girlfriend.
I'm here to talk about more BDSM.
Hey, yo, we here.
Yeah,
we here. I liked it. Short and sweet.
Short and sweet like Trevor's dick.
How do you know it's sweet, Hugo?
That's a good question. That's a good story, actually. We're going to discuss it right now.
This is where he
First
was
topic.
been during the break.
Yeah.
My
Hello, and welcome to 90 Minutes of Stupid, where Trevor talks about everything and anything.
What?
Nothing is off limits except for Trevor.
Except for the one thing.
Except for one thing. Welcome to episode number 2. How are you guys
doing this
doing
now? We're
today?
dating them now? We didn't date the first one.
No, we didn't. That one, if you want to watch that one, go to Spotify.
Wait, this is episode number 2?
Type in Hope to Chat.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see.
It's the second episode.
Hey, shut up.
This is the second episode of 90 Minutes of Stupid, which is exactly the same as Hope to Chat, just with a different name.
Yeah, so if you want to find it, you can still look up Hope to Chat. No, Hope to Dice.
No spaces.
No spaces.
It is absurdly recommended that you watch those before you watch a lot of these.
It'll give you a good feel about what you're about to jump into.
Yeah, or if this is your first time,
Listen, just watch whatever. Who are we to
it's
tell you
also
what you
my
want
first
to do?
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely catch the first episode. We talked a lot about BDSM. And that's kind of it.
TikTok.
That's pretty much it.
Talk
A little
about
bit of
TikTok.
TikTok, a little bit Trevor, and then mostly BDSM.
Yeah, and
Not
all
the two
goes
combined,
hand in
though.
hand.
both things that go hand in hand. Yeah, I mean, last episode, we took a little break. We took like a month and a half break, so we're still getting back into the swing of things. Last episode, we talked about where Trevor was, which was nowhere, and we talked about where Julio was.
Fuck.
We talked about where Julio was, and that was
Starting hot
at
off the bat.
at a BDSM club. I'm kidding, Trevor. Trevor is TikTok famous. That's why we have a weighted blanket, because that's a trend.
How's that Call of Duty career treating you?
Call of Duty, it's gone quite down the drain.
Why?
There's a lot of people who have found a lot of metas nowadays. And
Yeah.
I have a story about that, actually.
Okay, hit me with
Oh,
it.
let's
Hit
get
me.
it.
Let's dive right in, Trevor.
We're not even gonna
Give
waste
me the
anything.
story.
Not a very-
Give me the sauce.
So, we...
Give me your Alfredo.
There
sauce.
was,
I don't know.
What are you on about? What?
Remember that time I told you it was you good?
I don't know what's going on. Cut it. Cut it.
Let's keep talking.
So, Shipment 24/7 had just been released on Call of Duty. Anyone who plays Call of Duty knows that is a very sought after game mode because it's chaotic. You can get around 100 kills every game, easy.
If you're Trevor.
I mean, a lot
I've
of
done
people. I have a buddy that uses just an LMG and he doesn't aim down the sight once.
Heck your buddy.
I'm just saying.
Is it Nick?
No, it's so these 3 other guys that I mainly play with. I'll throw names: Kirk, Roland, and Leo. I play with them on.
Heck Ollie.
I play with them on Call of Duty quite a bit, and we were doing Shipment 24/7, and we were having hot streaks. We were getting into spots where we could spawn camp the enemy because we were playing domination. We were real dickheads about it. We got like 100 kills, and I was like, Kirk, you're gonna get your first nuke tonight. I guarantee it. And then we were talking about it, like, yeah, if we sit in this corner, we'll spawn camp them. They won't be able to win. And some other guy was in the lobby. He's like, oh, you pussies were spawn camping, and we're like, what the fuck? What's this guy on about? We're like, yeah, we were doing really good last match. He's like, oh, all right. I'm like, dude, you should. I was being a dickhead because I felt really good about myself that night, and I was like, dude, you should probably just leave because you're gonna lose. Like, you already know you're gonna lose. It's like, all right, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I knew he wasn't gonna be on my team, but I was like, yeah, you should just leave because you're gonna lose. And he's like, all right, bet I'll get 100 kills this game. Y'all be sucking my dick. And I'm like, yeah, okay, kid,
Suck my
right,
dick bet.
good one. And
Okay.
yeah, it went downhill from there. We went in high hopes. He was running around with a riot shield and one of the gold 7.25 shotguns.
Oh God.
If you don't know
God.
what the 7.25 shotgun is, it's a sniper that's a shotgun. And he was running around in the smallest area possible with a sniper shotgun.
Shot shield.
with a shield on his back.
Oh my god!
And he was jumping around, camping, drop shotting, being super scummy about it. Regardless, he ended up getting around 163 kills.
And you sucked his dick.
So throughout the entire match, I since I boasted a high game, everyone was like, "Okay, we gotta do this. And one of my buddies, Roland, he was crying by the end. He was like, "I really don't want to suck this man's dick. I really don't want to do it." And then when he got to 100, he was like, "Well, I guess we gotta do it." And I was gonna leave before the game ended, but it didn't let you because I was gonna pansy out. But all you can hear him say, because it goes from lobby to a new lobby, it doesn't let you stay in the same lobby anymore. Yeah. He was like, well, and it cut off.
That's the best. That's the best thing you could have ever said. Just well.
You deserve that.
You deserve it.
I absolutely do.
You're a bitch.
You got too cocky with a little cock, Trevor.
I did.
What is up with you, Trevor?
What's going on, man?
There's a story behind that. I know it. I don't know. Just as a disclaimer before we begin,
I have a normal sized cock.
Perfectly average.
For an American male, this podcast is not for kids. It is a mature podcast intended for mature audiences only. So if you're 16 and below, get out. And if you're 17 and over, welcome.
16, okay.
Or stay and just be scarred for life.
Yeah, or stay, but whatever. But just so you know, that's just something that we have to make clear. Not for children.
You're so close. Your mustache hairs are tickling my mouth. And it makes me genuinely uncomfortable.
I'm sorry.
I wonder if they'll be able to hear that.
Like I see you move and the mustache hairs just drag across the microphone. It's disgusting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I gotta
shave.
Whole new level.
I gotta shave, man. I need a beard trimmer. Trevor, how's your ball trimmer, bro?
Oh yeah, I got a ball trimmer.
What?
Yeah. I can't believe I told you that.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, I sponsor us, please. Manscaped,
please.
I got a ball trimmer.
I have a good idea for an ad.
What?
It involves Trevor.
Involves Trevor's balls. All right, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Wait, does it involve you punching him?
I guess. I guess there's really not much more of a story than that. But I shaved my balls, and let me tell you.
It was good.
It was a rather relieving experience.
Why was it relieving? Why was it relieving?
How is it not relieving? Do you shave?
I don't. You know what? I would if Manscaped would sponsor us.
Okay, fair enough.
Was it a pleasant experience?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I don't know where to go from there.
May I ask, Hugo, what it was that caused you to ask about this?
You just want to bring out all the
what in your
life.
mind? What in your mind was like, you know what's a really good idea to talk about? That'll maybe last 15 seconds. Trevor trimming his balls.
This is what happened. You mentioned my mustache, and
You thought about my balls?
No,
my balls on his face.
No, I immediately thought, I'm like, you know what? I need a beard trimmer, and that thought was like, oh my god, Trevor got a ball trimmer, and then I just said it on impulse. That's what happened. It's like everything else in my brain.
Damn it.
So over the break, Trevor shaved his balls.
Over the break.
Anyways, today we're gonna pick up with the last one.
No, listen. You do you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just.
Wait. No, now I have some concerns though.
Okay.
Like, can you use it? Like, just does it have to be like dry, or if you can use it in the shower? Like, what's the deal?
I did it after a shower.
After the shower, okay.
Then your pores open up. It makes it easier to shave.
Wait, so then that doesn't make sense though, because then you got to
wet
hair.
Wait. Wait, this isn't a razor blade.
No!
This is a trimmer.
Yes!
It doesn't make your pores easier to shave.
Oh, yeah.
That has nothing to do with it.
Okay. Oh.
That's why I was like, whoa. I was like, was it not a trimmer? Was it a fucking razor? Did Trevor just buy one of those like old barber straight blades and was just like, all right, here we go.
doors
Just
are open.
hard cut to outside Trevor's room.
You know, it's like that. It's like that joke. I used to shave my my.
This is a joke. Or are you telling us
Yeah.
something?
No.
Okay.
I used to shave with a straight razor, but I can't anymore because I don't have the balls.
Trevor
funny.
doesn't have the dick.
What is up with you and Trevor's dick, man?
gotta
Has
Stop.
anyone ever experienced Nair
Has anyone
before?
ever seen Trevor's dick? What?
Nair.
Nair.
No.
What's that?
Yeah,
What's
it's it's
Nut
a
hair?
cream.
I don't know.
Nut hair.
I don't know. Nair.
Nair is
Oh
a.
yes, I know what you're talking
It's a
about.
cream that removes hair.
Yes, it just like it doesn't like dissolve it. I don't know exactly what it does. And it was
I
just
thought
like
it burns it.
I don't know what it does exactly. But yeah, it's pretty much you just rub it on your skin and you just leave it there, and it just once you wash off your legs or wherever the fuck you put
Yeah.
it. I've only seen it be used on legs.
I use it on
You
my
just
ass.
don't. What the fuck?
Oh,
I had to.
we just what? Oh,
What?
yeah, because you had that thing.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's a good story.
I feel like you and Trevor have just been.
You and Trevor are a little. You and Trevor are a little too close.
I
you
don't
know
know
what?
why I say it to him.
And you know what? I feel like it's only one-sided. Trevor's never like, "Oh yeah, how's your ass?" By the way.
I guess I just tell him a lot of stuff. I don't remember telling him at all.
I think you tell him, but I think Hugo like saves it like in a special
Yeah.
part. of
He
his
just like
mind.
banks it. Like he's like, "Okay, this is gonna be filed under whenever we're live, or I can humiliate Trevor." Saved.
I think so.
What happened?
So fuck, when was this? Like halfway through high school, I had what's called a pilonidal cyst.
No, for some reason, I thought you were gonna say I sat on gum like their cheeks, and I needed to narrow it out. I don't know why gum on your cheeks is.
So
I'd rather take gum than a staple on my cheek.
So I had what is called a pilonidal cyst.
Ah.
It is essentially a cyst. If you don't know what a cyst is, I'm going to get very graphic right now.
Mature
Is
audiences only.
Build up of blood and pus.
Yeah.
The pilonidal cyst happens to be located at the base of your spine or the top of your ass crack.
Oh, okay.
One of the most uncomfortable places to be. So I needed to get it removed. During the after the procedure, the doctor informed me you need to keep this place rather clean, rather dry, and rather undisturbed. And I was like, okay, bet.
You looked at him, you were like, ooh, wow.
So I'm not gonna humiliate anyone, but I needed to put Nair and I needed to razor shave my ass cheeks to keep it dry and
Ass
undisturbed.
cheeks.
The top of my ass cheeks.
Oh,
yeah.
the top. I thought you were going.
No,
for the,
not my whole ass.
I thought you were going for the whole bun while you were at it.
No.
bro.
Whole bun.
It's not like I'm trying to prepare it for someone. And no, so I was off of school for like 2 weeks because
Was it surgery?
yeah, I was down. I was put under a knife. They had to take it out. It was about the size of a golf ball, I think.
Holy shit, bro!
Yeah.
I thought it was like
no,
it was a big bitch then.
It's big, yeah. Cysts can get pretty big, and it was about the size of a golf ball when it came out. So I can get a little bit more graphic.
get to-
Oh God.
Please do.
Huh?
Did you get to keep it?
No, I didn't get to see it. My dad saw it, but I didn't get to see it. So I also had attached to me for quite a bit of time was after the surgery, there is a tube that sticks out of where the cyst was above my ass crack. And it wraps around, I baby pin it to whatever pants I'm wearing for the day. And it's it kind of looks like the end of a turkey baster.
Okay.
What it does
Oh yeah.
is it'll collect excess blood and pus throughout the day.
Yeah.
So I would have to check it constantly and be like, oh, it's a little full of blood and pus. I need to empty that out. Or, I would have to check it throughout my day. So during the 2 weeks, I would lay on my bed face down, just playing Assassin's Creed 3. It was actually a really enjoyable experience. Getting it pulled out, not that bad.
Oh, okay. Where were we during this procedure?
I don't think I was hanging out with you
We
guys.
weren't
at the time.
friends.
You were
We weren't. He said it was during high school.
during high school.
It was
We were
during
friends.
no,
no,
we
we
weren't.
weren't. No, we
Senior
weren't.
year.
We weren't even friends with you during high school.
That's true. That's
Senior
true.
year, I was friends with you guys, but the middle of high school, I wasn't.
Oh no, because I remember you telling me about something like that. I completely forgot the term. We went to the mall, and then you're like, "I have this," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then I didn't see you. Now I know I didn't see you.
I probably communicated
remember
to you guys
something
for a little
like
bit.
that.
I mean,
Nah,
I
Tito
said,
knew.
I feel like you're superimposing
Tito
yourself
knew.
into the situation.
No, cause Tito knew.
well, I said, Tito
Tito
knew,
knew.
and I said
No,
I sat at lunch
I-
with you guys quite a bit.
I recollect.
Yeah, but he wasn't there.
No, no,
Hugo
correct.
never sat with us.
Correct.
Hugo always sat with Natalie.
Oh, what a bitch.
I never did, but I recall walking around the mall with you.
No, it couldn't have been during then because you
Honestly-
weren't, dude. You weren't hanging out with us. None, even unless you were gonna be hanging out with Tito.
This was. Do you consider middle sophomore or junior year? Like middle high school? Do you consider
Late sophomore.
late sophomore?
No, you didn't know him. Then.
I remember.
You did not know him then.
When did Tito?
You were
introduce
busy
to
doing
us?
your school stuff at that point, where you were teaching at Willow Bend. You were doing
That
all
was
that shit.
that was my senior year.
That would have been our senior year.
Oh wait,
That's where you were
Trevor.
younger.
I completely forgot that Trevor.
We
was
weren't
younger
sophomores
than me.
when he was a sophomore.
Completely forgot Trevor was younger than us. For a
That's why I
minute
keep telling you, you weren't there.
Why do I feel like
I was there. No.
I'm pretty sure
I
I
was
was
there.
I'm
I'm
pretty sure I
telling
was
you, you're
there.
superimposing yourself a memory that isn't
I
It
just-
real.
it sounds familiar.
It's definitely not past me to talk about it. with
Yeah,
you.
he probably talked about it, but he definitely didn't
Yeah.
talk about it when it was happening because we weren't talking to him. What do you mean we don't know?
Anyways, go on, go
I
on,
remember
go on.
that booty.
I remember something about that booty, boy.
I don't-
Go ahead.
Overall, it was an uncomforting experience. But what were we talking about? Nair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I needed to keep my ass very fresh. Baby's bottom fresh.
Did it hurt?
When you fuck
Nair
The
didn't.
Nair, yeah, the Nair. The Nair.
Nair didn't.
I've only ever seen it being used. I've never.
It's
actually
a
used it.
little uncomforting. It's not that bad. It's kind of like
Does it sizzle?
Uncomfortable?
no. It doesn't sizzle. It's kind of like a soft. I can't really relate it to any. It's a soft sting.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
We have to try it.
Almost like a sunburn.
We have
Like
to
a very
try it.
light-
On your
sunburn.
hand or something.
It's like a light sunburn.
Like a
Absolutely.
light sunburn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We have to try it. As if Nair is a toy.
Could be.
Yo, water guns filled with Nair.
Oh no. No.
That's how we're gonna get your beard off, bro.
Oh, yo, yeah. Water balloon fights in there.
Oh.
I'm not doing that. First of all, it's not like a water balloon where it'll just explode like water.
It's a thick lotion.
It's a thick lotion. You hit someone with that, it's just gonna either knock them out, or it's just gonna fall and drip all over the clothes and shit. You're also assuming we have to do that shit naked.
It's a
It's okay. I'm clean shaven.
Forest
That's
preserve.
okay.
We're gonna be spotty as hell after that, bro.
There's just a trail of hair in Nair, like leading back to our car.
Oh god.
Dang. Oh my god. Well, bouncing off of that,
Yeah, how
Simply
can we
because-
possibly recover?
I need a colonoscopy done.
Yeah, yeah.
By us?
We're all
You get to get fingered.
it's not a finger, it's a tube. Where I was during the break was taking a break to work on my mental health, which is the most important thing. But in it, I had to go to a doctor's appointment because I needed to get a CT scan done on my abdomen. And that is because something's not right in my stomach. Just like nothing is ever right with me internally. But this time something is not right.
Like physically.
Physically. So my doctor was like, "We have to order your CT scan." First and foremost, I'm okay with that, right? I'm used to going to doctor's appointments all the time. So I do the CT scan. I go back home. By the way, CT scans suck. You have to drink this liquid. It's iodine to clean you out so they could see everything. It tastes disgusting.
It doesn't clean you out, it lines you out.
Oh, there you go. It's like in a giant, have you ever gone to a Mexican restaurant and they give you horchata in one of those giant styrofoam cups?
Yeah.
You have to drink it out of that giant styrofoam cup. Oh my God. You have to drink it in an hour.
Mhm.
I was gagging the entire time.
Yep.
Terrible time.
Yep.
Lizette was with me, so shout out. But anyways, so after I got my CT results back, my doctor was talking to me about it. He was like, "Hey, listen, so everything came out normal." I'm like, tight.
That's
nice.
how all butt stuff starts.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen.
Everything came out.
How you doing?
Is that what your doctor told you?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, listen,
Hey,
you gotta
boy.
put this on your butt.
I was way more concerned when they were starting to talk about taking the tube out. I'm like,
Really?
yeah, because I thought that shit was gonna hurt. It was real quick though.
That's fine. But anyway, so he told me, he was like, hey, so everything's fine. In your abdomen. I'm like, okay.
But your bum.
But your booty hole. Now that.
Yeah. But he's like, but we're noticing
But-
that your colon is a little on the thick side.
Your butthole's tight.
You
homie.
got a thick colon, boy.
Damn, boy, that colon thick, boy.
That's the one part of the booty you do not want to be thickened. Let me tell you that. Because he was like, it could either mean one of two things. I'm like, all right, sweet. The first one, right? I'm just a little swollen. because your boy poops a lot, right? Your boy goes to the bathroom.
I hope no one eats during these
Bro, your
podcasts.
butthole mad strong is what you're telling us?
But anyways, so he was like, he's like, yeah, so I got my gallbladder removed. I talked about that in another podcast episode, so go check that out. But in it, I didn't know that once you got it removed, you went to the bathroom a ton. And I still do, more than I usually go. And I would go
Oh my
a
god.
lot.
Oh, seriously?
Yes. And he was like, I was like, oh, maybe, I brought it up to him, like, oh, maybe it's that. He's like, yeah. He's like, the second one, and his tone shifted. He's like, the other one could be a tumor. And I'm like, oh,
Got a tumor in your booty hole.
okay. He's like, we're hoping it's not that, but we want to get a colonoscopy done
I think it's just the pegging.
just to double check.
Yeah.
So I still need a colonoscopy done. I don't have insurance at the moment, so I'm hoping to get insurance in a year. But he told me, he's like, hey, we do want to get it done as soon as possible, but it doesn't seem any like a huge urge to do it. He just wants to double check. So this is my second colonoscopy.
What?
The second.
The first one was back in 2014.
He got a finger up his butt a long time ago.
Oh my god.
Not by the actor, though.
Not by
What?
that. It was by Trev.
I didn't even know about this.
you
No,
were,
you wouldn't. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so we're talking about butt stuff. That's my butt stuff. So your boy's a little concerned, but I'm hoping it's just a little swollen.
Send pics.
That's it. Man, don't get your gallbladder removed.
Yeah, just send pics.
I
when,
don't
you
plan
get
on it.
done.
Don't
What,
worry.
the booty hole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw what was it, pictures of the inside of your stomach?
Yeah. It
Of
looked
your
like
stomach?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Did you take?
Trevor?
No. I was quite disgusted by it.
Yeah, Trevor took me.
Pulled the magic school bus. Went
Yeah,
inside
he
your
did.
stomach.
Trevor took me to my endoscopy,
Yeah.
which is the opposite of a colonoscopy,
It's when they pull something out of your butt.
which is what they.
I thought they went through the penis. I was like,
No. It's when they send a camera down through your mouth hole,
Yeah.
and
Oh, okay.
it goes all the way down there, and they check if all of your
all the way through the
innards, all the way out to it, and they take it out, and you're very sore. It feels like you just suck some dick after it.
How would you know this?
Oh well, because
you know.
Quite often I get told of sore throats.
Yeah,
after
I have
sucking
a
dick.
lot of friends in the BDSM scene.
Okay.
But anyway, so Trevor took me to that, and in that they gave him all of my stuff. They
Really?
gave me his paperwork.
They gave you all this stuff, huh?
He had to walk me into the car. He was a very nice gentleman.
Yeah.
Ladies, Trevor is single, unless you watch this like 20 years from now and he's not. But yeah.
20 years from now? Thanks.
How old would you be?
Good expectations.
42?
Huh?
42?
I'm
I'm
giving
20.
you.
That would be 42. Yeah.
I'm giving you a wife.
You're giving me till 42 to get. Okay.
But anyways, yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have any butt stuff going on?
No.
I have any
No,
butt
I
stuff
really,
going
I
on.
really
Oh my
genuinely do
God.
not.
I'm glad because it sucks.
Why do I just feel like you're always falling apart?
Guys, that's just me as an individual.
Like I feel like doctors are gonna keep picking until there's just nothing left of you, bro. You're gonna be like, look, you see this? It's all empty. It's all empty.
That's a common fear of people
No,
when they go to a doctor's office and the doctors tell them like more problems about them, so they have to keep going. So they just don't like going to the doctor's office.
You just touch toes, man.
Yeah, I saw that. And I was like, "Are we gay?"
Because that's what defines you
Talking
as
about butt
gay.
stuff.
Like, what are you trying to say?
Oh god.
What are you gonna say, Julio?
Oh no, it's just you
got
remind
some
me.
butt stuff?
No, you remind me when you were like, he's gonna go and all your stuff's gonna be gone. Remind me of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh.
When Grim lifts up his
Yeah.
ship, he's like, "Look at what they did to me."
Yeah.
It's bone. It's nothing but bone.
Oh,
Misa,
God.
tell us where you've been during the break, man.
I've been doing I beat all of Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
The entirety of it.
100%.
100% it started. I dated everyone, married everyone that you could, caught every fish, did literally everything.
And why did you have so
It
much
is
time?
very unfulfilling. Very.
No one has that much time.
No, I had this much time because I'm just unable to work.
Yeah.
So your boy's struggling, getting by, but it's a living. It's a story.
He's asking for change on the street.
No, God, no.
Would you be willing to take Staples to the bum?
Take to the bum for money.
Listen, man, I'm not quite there yet.
Hey man,
Give
you're
me
not
another-
gay, but $20.
Give me another 2 months and maybe we'll see.
I staple 100
We'll see.
US.
$100 to my ass, bro.
I'd do it. Would
Trevor would.
I probably do, yeah. It's $100,
Yeah.
bro.
Goes to Portillo's, the bloody 100.
Oh God,
The
no.
bloody 100.
Don't ask that. It has 2 holes in it and there's blood. You probably want to wash your hands after that too.
I mean, really, you should wash your hands after handing any side of money. But
Yeah,
That's true.
It's gross.
you don't know where
Money's
that money's been.
the grossest thing in the world.
I really want to be a part of, like, I know people don't do it that avidly anymore, but I want to be a part of one of those traveling dollar things where someone stamps it or like I stamp it and you get to see what a dollar's been after people go on the website and they type in the dollar.
Oh
Has anyone ever seen those?
no, I've never seen those.
There's
I've worked with a lot of money. I've never seen anything like
You know what would be cooler though? Instead of doing that, you just put your Snapchat code on it.
your TikTok.
you put the QR code or
Yeah.
the Snap code,
Oh, yeah.
TikTok code.
Oh yeah.
TikTok code, yep.
I don't know if TikTok has that yet.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I'm probably the one that would know.
Everything loops back to TikTok.
I don't know why we're talking about TikTok again. Let's get off of that.
Let's get off of that.
What are our plans with Hope Today's?
Yeah, everything is
What's that?
changing, man. Have you guys seen Bob's Burgers?
Yeah.
You know how like the intro is legitimately just reopening, grand reopening,
Yeah.
grand reopening.
Yeah,
I feel like that's
That's
us.
gonna be Starbucks.
that's gonna be
Hope
us.
Today's. Without a doubt, that's gonna be Hope Today's.
Yeah. So it's just interesting. I mean, we've shifted just entirely in the last year. Just
Like
it's been-
twice.
Yeah, like twice. And I don't know. Why
Should we
do you
talk
think
about why?
that is?
I guess we kind of did talk about
Yeah.
why we've been gone.
Yeah, I
for
mean,
a bit.
I mean, granted, if you want to take it to a serious note, something that I've learned along the times that I could most of the time the break that we did, simply because I kind of needed a break from things, just to get everything in terms of my mental health where it should be, and I feel like that's a super important thing if you're doing anything. Everything has to be correct up here. And you got to kind of rewire your brain to think differently.
Yeah.
We got to a point, at least for me, editing has been the one place that I go to escape everything. And when that doesn't, and when the things that you go to that make you happy don't make you happy anymore, you have to reassess what's going on and the real reason on why it's happening. So, I'm a big advocate of that. And because of that, I started seeing a therapist, I started working out, and I started doing all of these things to get me back to where I need to be, which is why we stopped doing the D&D, doing the podcast, and all that stuff. And I was actually happy that I, have a good set of supportive friends, even though we just bash on each other most of the time.
Good batch.
Yeah, we share
Good.
platform members.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
Don't
type
worry,
of
guys.
friends
When
you
I get a
get.
story, you'll be the first ones to know.
Yeah.
You on the whole internet.
Even if, yeah. But yeah, and that's why we kind of took a step back. We didn't really talk all that much. Some of us hung out, but other than that, you know, it's so weird.
It's been pretty dark for all
Yeah,
of
it's
us.
been pretty dark.
Not like dark as in like dark and depressing, but like
Yeah.
dark as in like no communication, like no talking to each
Exactly.
other.
I remember when someone brought up, "Hey, do you want to play D&D for fun?" And we were like, "What's that?"
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
you. It was you. Yeah, because we were
Yeah.
trying to figure out what we were gonna do for a certain Wednesday, and then we were like, well, we're already all together.
Yeah.
Like, and then Trevor, you're like, well, why don't we just play D&D? And we're like, we can't. Hugo has all this. Like, Hugo's got all the cameras and everything. And you're like, no, like for fun. And then we were like, what?
We don't stream it?
What are you going on about? Like, no cameras, no nothing.
Yeah, because after a while, everything just becomes routine.
Honestly, it changes the way you play.
Yeah, it does.
It definitely changes the way you go for more risks. You go for more. You stop
everything.
playing it safe.
Yeah,
You stop playing
Yeah.
it safe.
yeah.
It's definitely, and it's not like because you're doing it on purpose. It's almost like, I don't know. It's almost like the switch that you flip in your mind. That's just like, you're not forcing it. You're just thinking different.
I feel like, well, at least for me too, it kind of switches into that like performance,
Yeah.
like playing style where
Like a Julio still turned his mic.
He gangsta leaned his
Yeah,
mic.
he did.
Yeah. but yeah, like I feel like it's a more unique experience because you kind of want to drive that narrative. Like you feel like there is a story being focused on you versus where you're just kind of playing like amongst friends. It's kind of easy to just kind of, you know, disengage and just kind of like lose focus versus where when we are being filmed and are like doing it for a stream, we kind of all like without really having to speak on it, we have that collective drive to kind of want to accomplish something bigger
And be entertaining more
Yeah,
than anything.
be
Yeah.
entertaining more than like
Yeah, it's like when we're shopping or focusing on one thing for a little too long, either you or everyone else will realize like, hey, we've been doing this for a little too long. We should
Yeah,
probably
like
move on to
it
the
gets
next
me a
thing."
little anxious when we've been doing one thing for too long and not really
Yeah.
progressing, and we're just kind of, it's not very entertaining. It
At a
almost like
stalemate.
it gives me this like unsettling, like almost like jittery feeling.
Yeah,
It's
like,
like,
we gotta
okay, we
keep
gotta
this
move
going.
on. We gotta move on.
Yeah.
And it's a whole different thing. I mean, it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's still a lot of fun, just totally different.
But ultimately, now we're just getting back into the swing of things.
We're gonna be hitting you guys again with yet another D&D campaign. This time run by yours truly, Julio.
Just kidding. I'll be running it. There's a lot of ideas that I've been tempering with just in case. Often if I have an idea, I write it down on my notes app on my iPhone. You
Not
know what I
sponsored, but
mean?
maybe one
Not
day.
sponsored, but maybe.
Who
Yeah.
has an iPhone? What the fuck?
What the
All of us.
all of us.
Everyone
We're the
inside their own
iPhones.
stuff.
Why?
Everyone in their company.
If
has
you
an iPhone.
want to be part of the company, you have to own an iPhone. I'm sorry.
We won't provide it.
If you're
Yeah,
an Apple
we won't
Watch,
provide it.
if you're an Apple Watch, you'll get your own office
Yeah,
Immediately.
100%.
Off the
Trevor
bat.
will grant you your own office.
as the
He will buy you a Dyson fan.
Damn.
sole proprietor,
Yeah.
the producer.
The producer, the manager. But yeah, so now honestly, we're just trying to get a little more organized, and I mean, ultimately, I feel like this is the start,
The restart.
the restart, and I don't know how a lot of companies or people in production do it. I assume it's something similar. You know,
They
just
just
when things
restart.
happen, they kind of restart until they finally get the hang of it. And I feel like for a little bit there, we did get the hang of it. And even jumping into the podcast, you know, at first it's a little odd being back on camera, but then after a while, you kind of just forget they're there.
You
and
kind
you
of
just
forget that it's there and you just go back to.
to
But I
how
think this is
being
the
how it
easiest out of everything that we do because we just talk.
Yeah,
We
that's
already
true.
do this just normally. This
I
time.
never thought
That's
I'd
true.
be this comfortable talking about my ass.
Yeah,
Well, guess what, buddy? You are.
congratulations.
Now
No.
all of China knows.
All of China knows.
It's on the internet
Yeah.
that
Forever.
I want to get pegged.
Oh,
What?
I-
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yup.
That I've
Yup.
nared my ass.
Yup.
What else have we
You
done?
shaved your balls.
I shaved my balls.
I can't wait to get a picture of Trevor's balls in the group chat.
What the fuck?
what?
I
Dude,
I'm not that bad.
No,
What is going on, man?
I don't know.
Wait, do we not talk about that?
No, we talked about that.
We
We
talked
gotta
about
talk about
that.
it now.
We talked about
What
it.
we
we
did
did
talk
We did
about.
talk
Trevor's like, I want to hear about it.
I want to hear
again."
about it anyways.
I didn't see it.
Long story short, I sent a picture of my balls to the group chat. It was only the right nut, so don't freak out about it.
It could have been the left.
Yeah, it could have been.
Oh, you guys don't want to see the left.
Oh.
Oh,
Like
left
the
has
grape
got
that didn't
some
become
history.
a grape.
Wait,
That's a raisin. That's say the raisin.
do testicles swap places?
What?
No.
That just hurt me in
Do
turn.
they not?
Sorry, but they don't. They don't swap places.
Okay. That you can't like.
No.
I'm sorry.
You can physically turn them,
Yeah.
but it is very, very bad for you because if your testicles get tangled, that is a whole fucking deal right there.
God.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm
If
sorry.
your testicles get tangled, bro, you can cut off blood to one of your testicles, and then you have to literally go in and get your nuts removed. Because your dumbasses was like giving it the good old righty tighty lefty loosey.
I was giving my
maneuver.
nuts one of those Indian burns or whatever.
Oh, Native American burns, asshole.
We're trying to use them like those concentration balls.
Yes.
Oh.
Trevor just like winding them up like a fucking doll. Like,
Have you not seen the anatomy of testicles?
have you?
I have,
Yes,
but
it's
I know,
What is up with you and your knowledge of testicles,
In
you guys?
health class.
I know how malleable they are. So
Shout out to Mr. A.
you've never touched your nuts?
I think you're talking about the actual ball sack.
Yeah, the
itself.
sack. Is
Your
pretty
nuts
malleable.
themselves aren't malleable.
Well, no, I mean.
I thought Trevor was just there like fucking putty or something. Like a fucking-
Oh my lord.
Something's wrong with you if you're doing that, Trav.
Oh,
No, I'm not. I'm
You're
just
testing.
Trevor, you,
I'm
you
just
just,
curious.
you're just making it worse for yourself, dude. Just stop.
Okay.
Just stop.
No
Can you think
shame.
about this? If we have kids, they'll be able to go into the past and see all of this.
Oh, I'm so proud of it.
No.
Why not?
I think
I'm
I'll be
gonna
like,
ban
yeah,
my kid from
that's
the
it.
internet.
I'm gonna ban my kid.
I won't tell my kid. He can find it on his own if he wants
He's
to.
not going to. We're not gonna make him a big.
I'm if he finds it on his own, that's fine. I don't care. But I won't tell him about it until he's 21.
I'll tell this. I'll tell your kid about it when he's 8.
Fuck you.
Be like, Trevor, can I babysit your kid?
He's like, hey, this was your dad. He's gonna take it up the butt.
No, because then you're gonna have to take your kid to the hospital when he's in his room twisting his balls up.
He's twisting his balls. He's like, I don't know. Can nuts go the other way?
Walking to his room,
Be like, don't worry,
"Dad!"
your dad had that same question. Don't worry about it.
Don't
See,
worry.
Trevor, this is why you should have shown your kid the videos earlier.
Yeah, this is why.
Speaking of balls,
What?
it's become well, it was popular a while ago. I think in 2013, but it's popular again where men can taste a certain property of like
that's
soy
true.
sauce.
Oh, God,
No,
that's
I think it's true. They can taste a very strong product. It's not sodium. I forgot. I'm gonna look it up right now. You can taste shit through your balls though.
I'm
Someone
pretty
get a
sure-
bowl of soy sauce.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Somebody get a bowl of soy sauce
I'm-
so we could dip our nuts in it. See if you taste it.
I think it's just become a fad, a trend to try and get idiots like us to dip our balls in fucking soy sauce.
It's like, you know, have you ever seen that thing where people are like, oh, if your hand is bigger than your head, you have cancer?
Yeah, and
You
then
go
they
in be like,
smack
"Bah!"
it. Yeah,
I think it's one of those.
I think it's one of those, Trevor.
Boom.
It says people on the internet think they can taste soy sauce with their testicles. There's just no delicate way to say it, but here's the truth. If you can taste with your balls, you should be able to taste with your bladder, your lungs, and your intestines too. That's right. All of those. What the fuck happened?
So you just proved yourself wrong?
Yeah, I proved myself wrong. That's right. All those bodily locations have taste receptors and many more. Here's just a brief list of all the place researchers have found taste receptors around all your body, from testicles, taste buds, the chela, cells in small intestine, cells in large intestine.
So no,
to the blood. No, you can't.
Yeah.
No.
Case
Trevor's like,
closed.
bet you can't right here.
exactly
No.
like I said. Case closed.
Yeah, that
You
would be
can't
interesting.
taste through your balls.
That'd be interesting.
It would be interesting. I never tried it. That's why I was like, yeah, can
You were
do
about
it.
to though.
Oh,
I feel like
absolutely.
Trevor has got his bowl of
If
soy
I
sauce
saw,
already,
like, if I
ready to
saw-
go.
If I saw 2 more very intricate videos on how you can taste stuff through your balls, I would have done it.
you would watch a video of a guy dip his nuts in soy sauce.
No. I mean, I've seen videos of.
I've seen worse.
I've seen.
I've
those.
seen hot sauce.
I've seen a dude twist his nuts on the internet.
Self-uploaded.
Fuck.
Oh,
No, you
God.
know what I'm thinking? You know, whenever there's like a national like disaster, like of a trend, like someone died while playing,
Your
games,
toes.
there's always like the one clip that is like the clip for like that one whole like trend.
Yeah.
Like I want Trevor to be the one clip for like just
The poster boy of tasting with your nuts.
This Trevor.
It's like a flat
Here, he
earther.
just got a little like bowl set up.
God damn it.
Hospital
ASMR.
gown.
Trevor, I think we got to send you back to health class, my boy.
I didn't have the best health teacher. I'll be honest.
Was it Mr. A?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, was
What
that
a
the
guy.
wrestling?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I fell
Yeah.
asleep every single time in this class. I had him.
Because he was so coked
I
out.
had that class with your sister, actually.
The health.
Health class
Isn't
with
that
your
like
sister.
one like weird room like in the corner?
Yeah, in the very corner of the room
Yeah.
of the school.
Yeah, dude. Every day he would just turn all the lights off in his like classroom and like put on a movie. And this was first thing in the morning, so I just go back to sleep. I just leave.
It was at the end of the day for me. It was the best way to do
Yeah,
it.
mine was at the end of the day, and he was all coked up by the end of the day. So
Yeah.
he was all hyper.
He was
For
my
me.
seminar teacher.
Really?
Fuck,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That's right.
Damn, bro.
We did nothing. We watched Family Vacation.
We got him
during the
really
holidays.
mad once for
Really?
something like super small.
Really?
I think some girl laughed at him saying balls or dick or something or testicles or something,
So we got mad.
and he went off on like a 20-minute tangent. I have no idea.
It's
why.
a funny word, man.
I'm telling you, man. Coke
Testes.
just does things to you, bro.
Yeah.
Coke just does things.
I don't know. He was aight to me. I mean, I had him for seminar. I saw him every other day.
What was your worst experience with a teacher?
My worst experience
Bassler.
with a teacher.
Every day, all day, every day.
Oh my god.
Easy.
Did I tell you guys
I don't
what
even
did
feel
to
bad
him?
about saying his
This
name.
man
What'd you do to me?
hated me.
I never told you guys what I did to him?
No.
No, what'd
In
you do?
class? Oh, so dude, like I hated him too. Dude. He was the
Everyone
worst.
does.
He was
Everyone
just,
except
like-
for his students.
I like how we
No,
name dropped
everyone
him.
except-
I don't give a fuck
Oh
about
my
him.
god.
He can go heck himself. Hey, look at me. Look at me. Heck you, bud.
I'm 23 now, Mr. Bastard.
Fuck.
You can't tell me I'm not gonna be good at
No,
math
like-
no more.
Like the one time that really pissed me off, that I was just like, you know what, I'm done with this guy. I literally went to school just in my sweatpants and like a sweater. I was just chilling. It was one of those days, and like I didn't do my homework or something. And he's like, "Why didn't you do your homework?" I was like, "I don't know. I just didn't get time to do it." He's like, "Do you play any sports?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Do you have a job?" I was just like, "Yeah." I was like, he's like, "Is it full time?" I was like, "No." And he's like, "So do you have any other hobbies?" I was like, "I mean, not really." He's like, "So you don't have a job, or like you don't have a full time job. You don't like do sports." He's like, "So
Damn.
what are you like? You're like a bum, basically." Like in the middle of class, and I just looked at him. I was like, "Yeah, probably." And I just like kind of just sat in class. I was like, "Whatever, man. You're like."
Can I have me like this, bro?
Like, I don't care. I was like, I'm wearing this for a reason. I'm like, I don't care about you today. So after that day, I was like, you know, I'm gonna screw with him. So every single day, because he was also like the coach for like the wrestling team or whatever.
Oh, man.
Yes, yeah.
And like he would never be in his classroom on time. So he would always like walk in like 5 or like 10 minutes after the class like had already started.
Mhm.
And I just started moving his desk like forward like an inch and a half every single day. I would just move his desk like
Oh my
forward.
god.
And like everyone noticed because it was like just us, and I would just move it. Nobody knew what I was doing. I was just like screw this guy. So I just do it every single day for like almost a month, to where like the desk was like where that black cup is. It ended up all the way to like the end of his headphones right here. Like I gained like at least 3 feet like of just desk space, and he was
Oh
like,
my
all, like there
God.
was like this much walking space in front of the desks. He walked in one day and he's like, just kind of looked around and just sensed that something was off, but couldn't tell, and like everyone knew. And then I was like, you know what? I was like, he's way too close to the front. Like I can't push it forward anymore. So I just pushed it back to like its normal spot one day.
Oh my god.
And he walked in and like same thing. He's just like, he just sat down and everybody's just staring at me like.
You should start moving it to the right, bro.
Dude, that guy should just not be a teacher.
Oh man, that man should just not be.
I remember me and Misa were in the same math class,
God
and like
damn.
I suck at math. Literally, I suck at a lot of things, but math is one of my strong suits where I suck really, really bad.
I suck at a lot of things, but math, strong suit of sucking.
Yeah, it's a super strong suck.
Super insane strong suck. But I remember one time, I mean, I did terrible in comparison to like Misa, because Misa's super good at math apparently. But one time, just just joking around, just palling around. I was like, Misa, one day I'm gonna get a better grade than you. Just that, just me and him talking. And then Mr. Baxter from his desk, like, that's never gonna happen. And I'm like, okay. And like 3 weeks after that, I got a higher score than Misa once, and that's because he fell at something really small.
I think I fell asleep.
Yeah, that's it. And I was like, ha. And he didn't care about it.
Yeah,
but I did it. But I did it.
My favorite story about that is so was that what we had that freshman year, right, or something like that?
It's like sophomore.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It was anyways. I had just joined that class because I was kicked out of an advanced math class for not doing my homework.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember getting to that kind of class and I was like, oh my god, this shit is like baby shit compared to the shit I was just in.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like just dropping down to a whole new tier of easy. And so I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And the class was so boring, and all the things we were learning, I had already learned like halfway through the first year. And I was like, oh, whatever, boring. I fell asleep during his class one day. He made me sit at the very front because he knew I wasn't paying attention to any of it. And he woke me up from being asleep, and he pointed at the board. He's like, if you're so confident, what's the answer to that? I remember just looking at it, I was like, 12. And then he was like, all right, students, well, normally you can't do this, or you can't just go to sleep and you can't just expect to get the right answer and blah, 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 blah. And he just looked at me like, go back to sleep.
You're like, all right.
My God, that pissed me off so much. I don't know what it is about when I get woken up from a nap or from sleeping, I'm just instantly
God
mad.
I could attest to this.
I don't know what it is.
I could attest to this.
But just like the split seconds after waking up, I could honestly murder.
Yeah, no.
I'm just so angry.
100%.
I'm so
Do you
angry.
wanna tell him the story?
You go ahead and tell it.
I can't tell it as good as you.
Okay. What story? Which
The
one?
one where I woke you up with my
yes.
rummaging.
Okay, so during the later days of our high school career, Hugo ended up living with me for about a year or so. And during this year, let me tell you, first and foremost, I will never, ever live with Hugo again for the rest of my days. I hated living with him. He had this really so I'm not a morning person whatsoever. Hugo had a knack for waking up so early in the morning and going I don't even know, God knows where he was going so early in the morning. I'm talking like 5:30 to 6 in the morning.
Going to school to study.
Yeah, fuck off. No, you weren't.
That's where I was.
Yeah, okay, kid.
Late start,
Yeah,
more like
okay,
early
kid.
start.
Anyways, this one night in particular where Hugo I don't have like the closet doors that I have are ones that like slide across the thing. You know what I'm talking about? And that day, Hugo kept coming in and out of my room because he needed to get stuff, and I was like, okay, that's fine. And he kept slamming the fucking closet door shut. Just slamming and slamming and slamming. And I was like, at first I was like, okay, he's getting his stuff. I'm not going to be mean, whatever. Like, I'm going to let this boy get ready. He's got to get his shit. Second time he does it, like, okay, he probably forgot something.
That's it.
Fine. I can go back to sleep. It's no problem, Mom. He does it the third time, and I'm like, oh my God.
That's what I'll do.
I was like, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to sleep. I don't want to deal with it.
Wait.
I'm just going to keep pretending like I'm asleep.
What were you grabbing, Hugo? What
I don't
made you
remember.
go
I can
back
guarantee
4
you it was
times?
this.
Probably.
He got his clothes to get ready. He probably got one thing, forgot his pants.
Yeah.
Went in, grabbed the shirt, probably
Yeah.
didn't want the shirt, grabbed another shirt. Went in, forgot his underwear, probably
Yeah.
grabbed his underwear.
Forgot his name.
Grabbed new socks, some shit.
Yeah.
Because
I
I
can't
remember
remember.
him not carrying like much.
Yeah,
He
I
grabbed like
remember.
one thing at a time. And like I'm like, okay, if you're gonna come into my room and take shit, fine. Leave the closet door open. So you don't have to keep going in there, opening and closing,
Yeah.
opening, closing. So the last time he does it a 4th time, and I rise up from my bed like the fucking Undertaker.
Yeah, I'm not even
just
kidding.
like straight up. I'm like,
Freaking-
and I look Hugo dead in the eye. I'm like, Hugo, if you do that one more time, I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yep.
I'm actually going to
Yep.
murder you. I'm
Hair
gonna-
in the face.
yeah, I was like, I'm gonna kick you out of my house. I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna kill you. That's it. I'm just gonna kill you. And I was so mad, and I've never seen Hugo so afraid in his life. He just looks at me like,
I just dipped.
he's like, okay. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry.
I just
And
dipped.
he just leaves.
I just dipped.
God,
No shoes or
damn.
socks.
No.
on, just-
The second,
No underwear on.
like literally before the first class that day, I get a text message from Misa being like, "Dude, you gotta freaking stop doing that, else I'm gonna kick you out." And I was
God
like,
damn.
"Oh
I have no
my
problem with
God."
you. It was fine when you were living there. It was just the amount of small things that you did that were just ridiculous. I remember I was not the only person in my family to give you a death threat either. My mom threatened to kick you out
his
as well.
death threat was
Yeah.
no, his
Yeah, my mom,
had
because
that.
my mom would come home every single day and all the fucking lights were on. All of the lights. And my mom was like, Hugo, you're in one room all the time. Why do you have all these other lights on? She's like, why? She's like, why? I'm going to make you pay the bill one day. She was so mad.
Was that after the Woody incident?
No.
No.
Oh.
What? The
Oh.
Woody incident? Like Toy Story or like?
We'll find out. So this Woody incident that we're talking about, okay? So previously, I really liked to play pranks on Hugo and scare him because Hugo's the biggest bitch ever. He gets so scared about everything so quickly.
I do.
And so I remember I was like, okay. I was like, you know, I'm gonna do a really long play prank on Hugo. So before he moved into me, I was like, yeah, you're fine. You can go ahead and move in whenever. Like, I am gonna warn you about one thing though. I was like, every now and then, this little like toy statue of Woody appears in the corner of my room, and I'm just gonna just leave it alone. Just don't worry about it. And Hugo obviously was like, because anyone to tell you this, like, okay, haha, yeah, whatever. That's so stupid. Well, I leave it that. I'm like, okay, listen, if you don't want to believe me, that's fine. I just hope that you never have to deal with it. 6 months go by.
So you waited.
I waited 6 months. And I remember one day, because I was leaving, because it was my whole family was leaving.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, okay, you know what? I was like, today's the day. Today's the day. I go into my closet. I whip out this like it was like this old like Woody. He's like on Bullseye. It's almost like this like Pez dispenser kind of thing. Like it dispenses candy by squishing the platform, and he like falls apart into like a toy. And then you let go of the platform and like recomes. But it literally looks like a little like statue like on a platform of Woody. And so I just set that in the corner of the room, and I'm like, perfect. My family and I go to church. And after I'm coming out of church, I have like 6 missed calls from Hugo. A whole bunch of frantic texts. And I'm like, oh, this is great. I don't reply to any of them. Because we went to church at like 7 p.m. So by the time we were done, I was getting out at like 8:39-ish.
Yeah.
So as soon as we head home, again, all of the lights are on. All of them are on. And we go in, and Hugo is like by himself in the living room. He's like, I didn't even go in. He's like, I saw it there and I just left. He's like, I closed the door. He's like, Misa, you were right. He's like, it's there. He's like, it's there. He's like, what do we do? He's like, what can we do about this? I don't know what to do about this. And I was telling my family about it on the car right there. So as soon as you start doing that, we all just fucking bust out laughing. Because it was one of the greatest pranks that I've ever. Oh my God. He was also scared of this one chimpanzee mask that I had.
That's so freaking creepy.
It's literally just like a monkey mask.
It's like you would, yeah.
It's a monkey mask, and for whatever reason, Hugo, it always startled the shit out of Hugo. And Hugo was always so scared. And I was such an asshole that whenever he was sleeping, I put it right in front of his face, so that when he would wake up, it was the first thing that he saw.
I'll talk about fucking Tito did that to Jade, Deuce's wife.
Yeah.
We were doing the senior sleep out one night after school, but we didn't stay at the school. We were like, fuck that. So we were just hanging out at my place.
You
And
never stay at the school.
No. Why would you?
No, it's not a thing. You're not allowed to stay
What?
at school. Yeah, senior sleep out's not. You stay at the school.
Senior sleep out used to take place at Meyer.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew that. Yeah. We
Yeah.
did go to Maya. There was a lot of people there, but we stayed here and we played video games. We camped out in the living room. I think when my parents were camping, and I had this really creepy mask. It's like a bald mask with a big giant grin and like big bulgy eyes. Kind of looks like a clown, not really. But it's like a troll head with elf ears, and I gave it to Tito because
Shut up, Siri.
Huh?
What the frick?
Scuff.
Jade was asleep. She was going to bed. Me and Tito were playing Borderlands, and I was going through my room for some reason. I saw the mask and I gave it to Tito. I'm like, you should scare Jade. That would be funny, right? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, no, actually, don't do that. I'm like, that'd be pretty bad. And he was like, no, I'm gonna do it. And he put the mask on, and he like crawled on the floor. It was she was on the long couch right there, and she had like her head like facing out.
Yeah.
And Tito crawled over there and like poked his head up and was like, Jade, and he like poking her, and she opened her eyes, and the first fucking thing she saw was that creepy mask, and she thought it was a clown. She hates clown. so she just fucking decked him in the face. she decked him in the face, turned around, hit her face, and just didn't say anything. I think she was crying, but she was like, didn't say anything, didn't wake up at all. She was like, I'm out, I'm gone.
Her spirit left her body.
Yeah, he got fucking punched in the face. He's like, I deserve that.
Without a doubt. You know, I never put the mask on. I just left the mask next to Hugo's face.
Yeah.
So when he woke up, that was the first thing. And the amount of times I woke up to Hugo just launching that mask across the room was fucking awesome.
Oh my god.
And one day I had this
mask.
genius idea. But again, as I was leaving the church while it was really late, I got my pants and stuffed them with shirts. I got my jacket and stuffed it with a pillow. And I put the monkey mask perfectly on the top. So it like sat perfectly like a head. And I made it look like it was holding a guitar. So it was just like it almost looked like a human replica. Exactly like that. And once again, we came home and Hugo was just in the living room with all the lights on. Scared as shit. The door of my room closed. He's like, "You're a fucking dick." He's like, "You're a dick. You're such a jerk." He's like, I thought that was you. I was like, Misa.
Yeah.
Misa, it's not funny anymore. Misa. Because he was like at the doorway. He was telling me he was at the doorway looking at it like, Misa, come on. Misa, and he gets close. He's like, "Come on, Misa." He sees that there's no eyes in the thing, and he fucking screams and leaves.
He was like, "Oh fuck no, I'm not."
Nah, man, I ain't about that. I ain't about it. God. In retrospect, I should have known, but also in retrospect, I'm an idiot. That hasn't changed.
You're just a scared cat.
How long ago was this, man? 5 years ago? Jeez.
We were like 2 or 3 years 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah. Wow.
Has anyone ever like actually experienced something paranormal? Like
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
That? Really?
My family's like surrounded by it.
A lot of people I talk to normally say like, "No, it's never happened to me."
Yeah.
No, at least one person in all of my family has like experiences like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's just something. There's something about. I don't know if there's something about my family or something about like where
That's
we live.
happened.
I don't think it can't be where we live because we've moved around so much.
Yeah.
But
It's not you guys playing pranks on each other.
No.
No. Because it always ends with us thinking we're playing pranks on each other, but not. Because it also happens a lot in our dreams.
Yep.
Like for example, the amount of times that I've had a dream, essentially like a premonition where I see something exactly happen, is freaky. Like I remember like the most recent time that happened is in my dream I was scrolling through Reddit. I was scrolling through something and I was laying down on my floor because I sleep on the floor. I like sleeping on the floor. And I was scrolling through something and I remember seeing a video of this one guy proposing to another guy. And I remember as he's proposing to the other guy kind of like leaves, like his like mouth like covered. And I remember thinking like, oh shit, he just got rejected. Like how horrible must it feel to like propose to someone and they just walk away.
Yeah.
But he was walking away to his backpack to grab his engagement ring that he was gonna propose to the other guy.
Yeah.
And so, but he didn't say that. He just walks away. I'm like, oh god, those 10 seconds must be like heart dropping, heartbreak.
Yeah.
And so I remember that. And then I remember as I was watching that, I got a text from Quinn that had something to do with the thumbs up somewhere in it.
Yeah.
Fast forward to backtrack now. I remember actually being like laying down because I'll usually just lay down and be on my phone. I remember seeing that video and I was like, hold up. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe I've seen this video before and it just didn't register.
Yeah.
Maybe I thought I was dreaming or something.
Yeah.
But I watched that video and I saw the guy walk away and I'm like, okay. And then I look up to the top of my screen expecting to see a text from Quinn. And surely enough, it comes in and it has a thumbs up in it. And I'm like, I get chills immediately and I'm like, oh my fucking God.
That's weird.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my fucking God. That is so damn creepy.
That's on some Mexican stuff.
That is
bro.
so damn creepy. And the only reason that I have to like kind of like base this as something true is my mom has regular dreams. She has a 7 out of 8 times where this has been true, where she has a dream that someone is pregnant in our family and she contacts them. And then they break down crying because they're like, how the fuck did you know? I haven't told anyone yet.
Yeah.
I haven't told anyone yet.
Damn.
Yeah.
And she's even had dreams of like, for example, like one of my aunts, one of her sisters has passed away. And my mom told me that the night before she found out that my aunt had passed away, she had a dream where there was all these men, these tall figures of people, all wearing like these black cloaks, all surrounding her bed. And my mom woke up because one of them was like nudging him, and she takes off her cloak, and it's my aunt. And she apologizes for something that happened in my mom's childhood growing up that my mom didn't even know it was because of my aunt.
Mm-hmm.
She apologizes for it, gives her a hug, and says, "This is the only chance I could tell you, so I had to tell you."
Yeah.
And then my mom wakes up from her dream from a call of my grandma telling her that my aunt just passed away, and she had she had like left a note that like was like, "This is like essentially like my goodbye to you."
Yeah.
It's creepy as hell.
Yeah.
And I have one more thing. Just to relate back to my family's dreams. My dad and I regularly get sleep paralysis.
Oh.
And it is probably like the worst thing ever. Like I remember, I'll tell this another time in the podcast because I don't want to spend too much time talking about myself. But my dad gets it regularly to the point where my mom knows where if my dad's like shaking and like trying to talk, like she knows to wake him up because he can't wake up. But one of the weirdest instances of this is that my dad, again, another shadowy cloaked figure that was stood over my dad's bed while he was sleeping. And he put his hand on my dad's chest and started sinking him into the bed. And so much so that my mom felt my dad sinking into the bed and just sinking and sinking. My mom had to wake him up because she was freaked out. And my dad was like, he's like, "I've been trying to get you to wake me up for like an hour." And he recounted everything that my mom has done in the last hour before she got into bed. It's just creepy, the amount of shit that happens in my house.
Shoot, man.
Oh, I'll give you an even more recent one, just because these things are so fun to talk about. And they're just in abundance, and we have some.
Yeah.
My godfather's daughter, she's a baby, maybe like a year and a half. You know, she can barely walk, and she's just learning to form sentences and everything. We were watching her on the Day of the Dead, right? And we have this whole, because we're Mexican, we have this whole little like altar dedicated to like all the people, La Ofrenda, dedicated to everyone in our family that's passed away, with all the things and everything. She was there, and my sister has this huge like Valentine's Day teddy bear that's like massive that like sits on her bed, and then she wanted to lay on the teddy bear, but she didn't want to go in the room. And I was like, okay, well, why don't you want to go in the room? And she's like, well, there's a man in there, and I'm scared. Mm-hmm. My mom was like, there's no man in there. There's no man in there. There's no one in there. And she's like, look, I'll show you. And she goes, and the kid just refuses. And she's never been like scared of our house to go anywhere. She goes in, turns on the lights, does whatever, does her own thing. She's never been scared. But my mom goes in, she's like, look, there's no one in here. And she kind of looks around, the little girl just refuses. So my mom grabs the plush and comes back. As she comes back, she sees that the girl is just so fixated on this picture that we have on our little ofrenda. And she's like, hey, what are you looking at? And the girl points at my grandfather, who just passed away last year, and was like, it's him. He was the one that was in your room. And my mom was like, oh my gosh, she got chills all over. She was like, okay, I gotta like play it off because there's kids here.
Yeah.
But holy shit, dude. Like the amount of things that has happened to my family. And I have like easily 10 or so more stories.
Yeah.
To talk about stuff like this.
It's good Halloween.
It's just crazy.
I think it's good Halloween stuff. You should say.
Well, I'm not gonna remember it in a year.
Yeah, true.
I'll remember to talk about it. Halloween.
That's insane. I mean, you're talking about that. I don't know if it's just like, I mean, Mexicans have a lot of that stuff happen to them. Like, I always refer to like me having my grandma's stomach because my grandma is able to feel things before they happen too. It happened with all of the deaths in our family in Mexico. When my cousin died, he got hit by a semi truck. She felt it in her stomach. She went to go wake up. Her daughter was like, hey, have you heard from this person? She's like, no. And a day later, she gets a call that her son passed away. And then the one that destroyed her was the one my grandpa left. He went down to the city to do some sort of business. And then the entire time, like, my family was trying to console her. They're like, hey, he's gonna be okay. He's like, no. He's like, I feel something. Sure enough, like 2 hours later, the authorities arrive at the house and they're like, was this your husband? She's like, yeah. He's like, he passed away from a heart attack in a bus. So like it's and with that, with my cousin and with my grandpa, I also felt it too. I remember leaving the house, and I think I was with Natalie at the time, and I just had this feeling in my stomach. And sure enough, I got a call from my mom being like, "You have to come home," and I'm like, "What happened?" She's like, "Your grandpa passed away," and I looked at Natalie. I was like, "I felt it. I felt that."
It's such an unsettling feeling to almost like know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And mine has
Yeah.
never been with anything big, anything like any of the dreams that I have. It's always been small stuff, like recognizing we're in like a certain part of the area that I've never been to, or
Yeah.
driving, or something, or someone saying something to me that I'm like, I remember this
Yeah.
so vividly from a dream.
Yeah. Also remember, was that thing that happened to your dad, was that at your current house or the one that
That's
we
not my current
your
house.
current house? Because I remember this was just something that I thought it was interesting, because me and Misa used to kind of live close to each other when we used to live in the other apartments, like behind the old Michoacana or whatever. And I remember one time, because sometimes we would play Yu-Gi-Oh on his porch, and he lived almost like on top of a hill almost. I remember riding my bike down the hill and like looking back, and by Misa's apartment there was like this all black figure, like a humanoid being standing outside of his house, almost like looking down on me. And I was like, what the heck? Like literally, like as if some shadow was just standing there. Like it was a person. It wasn't something casting a shadow. The tree wasn't even close enough to cast a shadow. It was something standing there. And I still remember looming, like just its presence. It's so weird. And then when Misa was telling me like his dad would have these episodes in that house, I was like, dude, this is what I saw one day going down like on the hill and looking back up to where you live, and there's a freaking person, being, something standing there. And I even went up there and it was gone, but I felt this like chilling, like I don't know, man. It's so weird to think about.
Probably. I think it only runs in the family, because I remember asking like just recently, because my mom and I were talking about it, because I didn't like, I always knew about my mom's dreams, but she never told me the full effect. She's only told me about two of the things that she had, like with the pregnancy things. But we were talking about it in full details, and I was telling her all the things that I've experienced, and she's like, if this is like a real thing, she's like we gotta ask Andy if she has had anything.
Yeah.
And so I asked my sister. My sister's like, no, I've never. I was like, think really hard though. A dream that one time you dreamt of something, and it like came true. My sister's like, no. And like 2 hours later, after we are done with the conversation, she comes into my room absolutely fucking crying, because she remembers the dream about a week or so before my dog passed away, where she was in the kitchen with my dad, and they go into my room and they see my dog, and she's all thin and sickly and throwing up blood and things like that. And surely enough, that's exactly how my dog was before she died.
Yeah.
And so she was all freaked out by it because of the things. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't, like I said, I can't bring myself to say that like it's true, or that like we have something, because I don't believe that we do.
Yeah.
I just think it's one too many coincidences.
Hey, tell me if I'm gonna die, okay?
Listen, man.
You'll
I
be the
won't.
last one to know, Trevor.
I won't tell you. It's freaky. And then I remember one time my aunt told me the story about she got onto this train to go into the city to go do something, I remember. And as the train was getting off of its last stop, or where she was going to get off, this man gets off before her, and she kind of like blocks the exit to her, holding his hand out like this. And he looks at her like for a second, and she's just like all confused, like, okay, like what's going on? And she says that he like wrinkled his forehead in a way where it formed like a triangle on his head. And he was like, you need to go back home. He's like, your grandma's about to pass away. And then she was like all scared that she didn't want to get off there because he was there and he was getting off. And then so the door shut and the train goes round again. She gets off back at home. And by the time she gets home, she gets notified that my grandma just passed away. And at my grandma's, like when they all got together to kind of like mourn her, my mom and my aunt were in the living room, and they had like this big glass sliding door. And my mom remembers my grandma going up to the window and kind of like just like caressing against it and then just fading away. So it's definitely some freaky shit that happens in my house or my family or something, bro. But goddamn.
I have one thing. It was a clock that fell off of like one side of my bathroom, landed all the way into my bathtub, and I don't know how it got there.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
That's about it.
What about you, man?
I haven't. I've had like one like scary experience, but like later on in life, I'm like looking back, I'm like I don't even know if it was that scary. Like just because of the different like interactions that I've had. Like I've never had like sightings. I've had like people draw like something drawing my attention. Like, and it's always been in moments where I put myself in like
The fuck was that?
Well, Trevor,
No, what was that?
It was something off your shelf that just fell off for
it was the Borderlands case.
It just fell off for no good reason, Joe.
No way.
I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
even
yeah,
kidding.
legit.
I'm
I'm
not
not
even
even
kidding. At it.
That ass right there on camera.
I'm not even. I mean, not on camera, but
Are you
Yeah,
fucking
I
serious?
saw
I'm not
it.
even-
I
dude,
saw it
I'm not
fall
even
down. It's
kidding.
right behind your computer.
it's
there.
right behind your thing.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
There you go. We're talking too much about it,
We're
man.
just smoking into
We're
distance
talking too
right
much
now.
about it. I feel it.
Oh man.
I
Did you
feel
just
it.
fucking bring demons to my house? What the
Oh
fuck?
my god.
No.
I don't believe. No,
No,
I, you know,
I'm
I
not.
don't believe that because I know you were trying to like put your GoPro up there
That
earlier,
long
so you
ago,
might have
though?
just.
That
Dude.
long
Dude,
ago.
it took that long for it to fall.
I'm so skeptical now.
No, because if anything, I touched the case on the
Yeah,
left
because it was.
instead of the one
Yeah,
on the
he was
right.
touching because the GoPro
That
went
is
right between the
funny.
openings of the case. What fell was to the right of the case.
Don't move the camera, boy.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Oh, it's not that light.
No, it's kind of late. So it was like. It was like this.
Yeah.
There's no way.
No,
Because there's a ridge right there.
Yeah, there is a ridge.
There's a
right there.
ridge.
There's no way. I don't believe that. Unless it was up like this.
I don't.
I mean, maybe.
It still would've
No,
needed
it. Was standing.
It was standing.
I remember it was standing. It wasn't leaning.
So if it was like this, then yeah, obviously it'll fall. But like.
No, it felt like alley oop, bro.
No, because if it would have fallen forward, it would have fallen in front of the computer screen.
Welcome to the Twilight Zone, bro.
I'm a little uncomfortable now.
I ain't finna. I think that's a sign to
told
wrap
you,
up
man.
this
That's
beautiful
it. It was
episode.
Funny. It was funny because I was just about to talk about a story
Yeah.
about one time when my cousins and I, when we were really little, we were playing a game. I don't know if you guys remember. It's called oh shit. There's like this one car fighting game almost like Vigilante 8.
Yeah.
Vigilante 8. It was for the Nintendo 64. I remember we were playing on this town called Ghost Town. And the entire time we were just being asses to each other. We're like, "Oh, I see a ghost! I see a ghost! Oh, I see a ghost! I see a ghost!" And right as we say it for like one of the last times, all the lights go out, and we just fucking scream at the top of our lungs and just book it out of there as quickly as we can. All of how is that possible? How?
No.
I don't know.
See, like I've never had
That's how it's
something,
possible.
something like that. Like I'm telling you, dude. Like I've felt like somebody's like just not like put their hand on my shoulder, but just kind of was like, yo, like you need to like snap out of it right now.
Yeah.
Like the first time I ever like had it happen, I was driving by where the Denny's is. You know how the Pace Bus is like that state thing right in front of it. I was driving and it was raining, and I was driving like 5 or like 10 above the speed limit, and then like for some reason like I had like a CD in my car, and like I was trying to change it to the next one, and like I'm driving and I'm like trying to change the song, and like I'm really pissed off because I'm trying to change the song. I'm like I literally just want a new song in there, and then like for whatever reason like I don't know, like it just had an urge to like look up, like not like that, just like like regular, like I just gotta check
Like
I'm
something's
driving.
pulling you to look
Like
up.
I had no intention of looking because I was solely focused on the radio, and then something was like look up, and I looked up for like a split second, and there was a car that slammed on their brakes like right in front of me, and I managed to swerve like right next to them, and I was like, yo, like I just sat there like, if I legitimately like, I know in my heart I had no intention of like looking up
Yeah.
without like having the CD change. So like something was like, look up.
Yeah.
And like I've had multiple like moments happening like that where I'm like a split second away from like having something like just like hit me or like run into something, but like something pulls me away. Like another one, like the most like clear cut one that it's like to this day it's just creepy to think of. I was standing outside my, like, I live in an apartment with 3 stories and I'm in the 3rd story. And this is like after winter when like all the ice was melting. So like some of like the ice was like falling off like the 3rd story. And I come home from school and it's just me and my friend and like we're standing in front of my door. Like this is my door right here. I'm right here. And he's right here. And we're just talking in front of each other.
The door's behind you.
Huh?
The door's
behind me, yeah.
Okay.
So we're just like talking. So then like the building is behind me. And then we're just talking like face to face. I'm like, yeah, man, like whatever. Block of ice lands in our feet, like right in front of us. Like a thick, like it was so thick it cracked once down the middle. And it was like straight in the middle. Like I was really backed up against the wall where I normally wouldn't be standing just because it's like really weird to be up against the wall when you're talking to someone. So I'm like, if I would have been a step forward or if he would have been a step forward, like we would have just gotten our brains just splattered.
Caved in,
like,
for sure.
There. Like we would have been dead or like paralyzed for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what drove me to like be to the wall, but it's just like moments like that where it's just like, I come really close to like being hurt or like killed, but for just some stroke of luck or like for whatever unexplainable reason, like something's like, nah, like, just back up a bit and I just slightly miss it. And that's the creepiest part, that it's like it's every time that it happens, it's not like it's something big where I'd be like, oh, it's not like it's fine, like I would have been fine, but
yeah,
like,
it's small enough where you realize
where it's like that small like different, that split second right there would have made like
Huge
a big
difference.
difference.
Huge
And
difference.
it's like those moments where I do feel like something like watching or like I don't know, just keeping an eye out, and I don't know what it is.
It's your boy.
But like the only other time that I had something like, well, when I started paying more attention to it was when my grandpa died, and like and my uncle died like last year, and my aunts, this is in Mexico, like my aunts were there, and like this is like right before like he died, like he woke up and they were like, oh, like they were talking to him and he's like, oh, like I gotta go, like my dad's calling me, and like my grandpa, and we were like what, like your dad's been dead, and then he's like, no, he's over there, and he just flatlined, and it's like,
Oh, frig.
dude, that like when I heard that, dude, I was like, because I couldn't sleep the night that like he passed away. I couldn't sleep, and like I was awake like when I found out. Like I had to tell my mom that morning.
oh
like,
my god, you had to sit with it the whole night.
no, like I didn't know. Like I couldn't
Oh,
sleep, and then I found out the
oh.
news in the morning while I was awake, like
Oh,
early in the
shit.
morning, like before my mom woke up. So like I didn't even wake her up. Like I let her sleep because I was like I can't.
How did you know they called home?
No, it was just like they like it was on Facebook. Like they posted it, and then like I messaged my aunt, and she was just like, yeah, like it just happened like within the hour, and I'm like,
Holy shit, dude.
yeah, man, it was crazy. But
Well, your dad, or you're not your dad's, but your uncle's Cooper Road story.
Oh my god, bro. Yo, we got time for that?
Yeah,
we got time for
We got
that.
time for that.
Oh my god, dude. So so over here in the Illini, there's a haunted
Illini.
road called the Cuba Road.
Have you heard of it?
Right.
Cuba
A
Road?
lot of
No.
Look up Cuba Road on the
a
internet
lot
later.
of things happen. There's like a cemetery in each end,
Is it close to us?
rumored to have. It's
Yep.
close to us.
my
Yeah.
Palatine.
Yep.
It sounds familiar.
Yep. And my uncle got stranded there. The work truck that he was in, he was working late, and he got stranded there. The car completely stopped. My uncle
Mid drive.
mid drive.
The car just
Literally just stopped. He pulled over. He's not superstitious, dude. He has a lot of faith, so nothing really startles him, unlike me. And he goes out, checks the engine. He's like, everything should be fine. Like literally everything should be fine. He gets back into the car and he calls. He's like, hey, I might need a tow truck if this thing doesn't start in like the next 30 minutes. He's like, all right. So as he's waiting for like my cousin to come pick him up and like to have a situation settled, here's a knock on the right side window, just like as somebody like knocking. He turns over and there's nothing there, and he's like, "All right, maybe it's just the wind, maybe it's something." And then he hears another knock, like you know, because he has like a Ford truck, so you know there's like the what's it called, the bed, like somebody like knocking on that. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go out and check if there's somebody here, right? So he goes out, he goes around the truck, nothing, absolutely nothing. He's like, what the heck? He walks back into his car, and then he sits there for like 2 minutes, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this almost as if somebody were to like get a running start and like run into the car, like literally like run into it. He's like, what the frick? Another minute goes by, and it's just knocking everywhere, dude. Literally, like everybody's like knocking on the car. He's like,
That's horrifying.
oh my God. He's got scared. He called my cousin. He was like, yo, you have to like, where are you? He's like, don't worry, we're almost there.
That's fucked.
He finally gets there. I forgot how they get the truck to work. I don't know if they get a tow truck, but he gets out of there. And like my uncle's shaking. And my cousin's like, what happened? And he tells him the story. And then like a few days later, like he tells me the story, and I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, that's never happened to me. It's like, that's never happened to me.
Let's vlog Cuba Road.
I'm like, oh my God. I've also
go
known
right now.
another story that somebody else told me. They were trying to record something in Cuba Road. As they were driving, they saw this biker, like maybe like 2 miles from them, you know, because they were wearing something bright enough to see them. That's what they thought. Maybe like some sort of light, you know, on their bike. And they're like, okay, we're gonna freaking record him, whatever. What's he doing in Cuba Road? So they get out their phone, and as they're driving or whatever, they like point it out, and they're about to get close to him. They're about to pass him. They kind of slow down a little bit, and as they look at his face, he has no face.
What?
They speed away, literally panicking. They freaking just scared. They're like, what the heck? What was his face? Like, I don't know. Look back at the video. While they were recording it, the dude was there. On the actual recorded footage, he wasn't.
No fucking way.
They showed me this thing.
There's
I
too many
was-
stories around
yeah.
Cuba Road for you to deny that shit.
I was camping with them, and they showed me the video without the person being there. I was like, I don't believe it. But their reactions were actually like freaking real. They were with the girl that was like almost in tears, bro. I'm like, you can't fake that stuff. Like, maybe yeah, but like, it's creepy stuff.
Does anyone work tomorrow morning?
I don't.
I ain't going to
work
Cuba
tomorrow morning,
Road.
The next morning.
I'll fucking go right now.
I'll
Like,
go right now if you guys are down as well. It's fucking terrible. But with what just happened, I don't think.
I think it's a good.
I don't think we can bring
Well,
Misa.
Welcome to Speed.
Huh?
I don't think we
I don't know if we
Misa.
can bring Misa.
Welcome to
Listen, man, I'm
Spirits.
really lucky. We might be fine, or
I
I
don't
might
know.
be fine.
If we upload
Like, I'm good.
I'll be okay.
if we upload episode 3 and Misa's here and Trevor isn't, you know what
You know what
happened.
happened.
But we're still in Trevor's house, you know what happened. But I
scared,
think
Trevor?
that's it.
You shook.
I really want to do Cuba Road, but at the same time, I'm really fucking scared.
I'm just gonna end it right here, just because I feel like it's a good spot. Hope you guys enjoyed this.
I was
Yeah.
expecting it to fall.
Hope you guys enjoyed this little episode, Trevor. That was scary. That was
terrifying. Yo,
honestly.
yo, watch us like check the audio when it's all gonna be like.
I
Yeah.
thought it could have been like my parents, but my dad's asleep. My mom's probably outside getting high.
Nah. Anyways, thank you so much. Please support us by subscribing to the channel. Give it a like. Maybe leave a comment.
Check
Tell
out,
you what you
check
like.
out that first
Tell me what
episode
you
and any
like.
of our other older backlogs.
Yup. Again, Hope to Dice. Look it up. It should be under 90 minutes of stupid,
All
but it's
one
more
word.
like 100,
Fuck,
All
I'm
one
scared.
word.
more like 80 minutes of stupid.
I'm
Yep.
scared. I'll be honest.
Hopefully Trevor's able to sleep. Hopefully we all get home safe.
Hopefully you see me alive.
Hopefully I do see you alive. Thank you again. We're 90 minutes of stupid. And that's it.
All right, goodbye.
We're at
It's not far from this. It's 18-minute drive.
No, I know where it is.
famous last words.